Hey guys, my name's Danielle and today we're going to be talking about hearing aids. So I had a request to talk about my hearing aid, talk about how I take them out, how I put them in, how they work. But first off, I'm going to tell you how I am hard of hearing. So I have been hard of hearing from birth. I'm actually about 85+% deaf, and that would be called profoundly deaf. And they don't really understand fully of why I am hard of hearing or why I was born this way, but it is called sensorineural, and basically it means that the cells are affected in my ear. Other ways that people can have hearing losses is with the little bones in your ears. You can have eardrum damage and nerve damage. But mine is called sensorineural. So I'm gonna tell you how I take them out and show you them and show you how they work. So yeah, this is it. So usually what I do now, I have long nails, so it's really easy and it's easy to get used to. But usually I just put my nail behind my ear mold and I just pop it out. This is what it sounds like. I can't hear it, but now that it's out of my ear, I can't hear it. But that's what it sounds like. So I wear behind the ear hearing aids, and this is what they look like. Behind the ear hearing aids are actually for people who are more profoundly hard of hearing. You can get in the ear mold or hearing aids, and they go right inside your ear, and they call it hidden hearing aids. I'm going to be saying hearing aids a lot in this video, so they go right inside your ear. The reason I can't get those is because of my hearing loss, and I think they're for more mild to moderate hearing losses, and because mine profoundly behind the ear hearing aid is the only thing that works for me. So yeah, this is what they look like, and you can see the hair dye on them. From me just being completely careless. I'm supposed to take them out when I put hair dye on. In fact, the only time I ever take my hearing aids out is probably when I'm in bed asleep or when I'm washing my hair. When I come to actually dye my hair, I never take them off. So this is what they look like. So basically how they work is the sound comes from, I think I'm trying to show you guys, it's really hard to show you when everything's all out of focus. So this is a receiver, and then there are two little boxes here, and that is actually the microphone of the hearing aid. And so the sound travels from the receiver and goes right through the tube into your ear. And as you can see, you can totally, my battery just fell out. You can actually customize your ear mold. So I have really, hold on. Oh, I need to show you the battery. So yeah, you can customize your ear mold. So I always say you should never ever feel like your hearing aids ever have to be boring, because they don't. You can actually fully have glitter in them. You can actually put pictures in them. You can have them any color you want. You know, you can do whatever you want to these hearing aids. And the next thing that I'll be doing is actually putting little gems all down this side, just to blend them up and spice them up. So yes, this is where you'll see the hair dye. So in the back you've got this little let me see if I can get this in focus. I'm not good at this at all. So this is the little volume button, and then this has two settings on it. So settings of hearing aids, and wait until it focuses. There we go. When it comes to settings on your hearing aids, there are several different types of settings. You can have your hearing aid set to loop system. Now I have no idea what the whole idea of loop system is. I know that it actually works for some people, and a lot of the time it doesn't really work for other people. I think the loop system is supposed to make sure you can hear right round, I suppose, a room. I'm not even going to get into it because I'm going to sound really stupid. But you can have your hearing aids set to a loop system, or you can just have two volume systems on it. Let me see if I got that right. Yes, two volume settings. So I have mine in two volume settings. One just sounds a little lower and one sounds really super high, and I rarely have it at that. So in the back, and the worst part about these hearing aids is the only way you can turn them off is by opening the battery pack, and you just see what happened there. The battery falls right out. It is a pain that they don't have an on and off button. You'd have to open this little battery pack, and that's what it looks like. Let me see if I can get you to see this. I'm no good at this crap. So yeah, that's where the battery goes in, and I'll show you what it looks like with the battery in. There we go. So yeah. So like I said, you can customize these if you want to. If you're going to customize these, I was told this last week, make sure that when you're customizing them and you see these little boxes, do not cover them with anything, because that's a microphone to send the sound up to your ear. And I suppose if that was squealing the whole time. If I hadn't been told that, I'm pretty sure I would have messed my hearing aids right up. So yeah, you can customize them, you can do whatever you want to them, you can spice them up. In fact, there is actually now pieces of jewelry that you can actually clip onto the tube here. And actually, did I even show you how to put them in? So yeah, you take them out. I usually take them out with my nail. You can just pull them out, but that's another thing. These little tubes that go from the ear mold to the hearing aid, they need replaced a lot. I say every couple of months or so they need replaced, because they go rock hard. And the actual ear mold itself, it's made from like a really soft silicone, so it's really gentle in your ear. So the way I put my ear aid in is this bit that goes right inside your ear. I put it in first, and I'm sorry for the squealing, I forgot about that. I can't hear it. So yeah, you put it in and you just pop it behind your ear, and that's how you put it in. So yeah, hearing aids, I think because I was born out of hearing and because I've been used to it, I have never really saw myself as different from anybody. But I have had conversations with people who have suddenly lost their hearing, who are feeling a wee bit uneasy about going out in public with hearing aids. There's nothing to be ashamed of when it comes to hearing aids. There really isn't. Like I said, you can jazz them up, you can just make them something your own. You know, people aren't going to automatically just be looking at your hearing aids and thinking, oh, I don't want to be near that person. That's not, that doesn't happen. I promise you that does not happen. In fact, if someone notices your hearing aids, I find that they actually are more understanding. So if someone notices my hearing aids, they know that I'm hard of hearing. So they know that, you know, to speak slower or louder. You know, they ask me, you know, can you hear me okay? It's actually quite useful to have hearing aids on display. But yeah, I really don't think anybody should be ashamed about wearing a hearing aid. There really is no reason. But I can understand that it can be a really daunting thing when it comes to a sudden hearing loss, and you know, getting used to putting them in and getting used to the feeling of them. I have had people ask me before, what does it feel like to wear them? Like I said, I was born out of hearing, so I really don't notice. But really, you don't, after a while, you do not feel them, because the ear mold itself is really soft. The hearing aid itself isn't heavy, so it's not like it's not like you'll notice them. They're quite light. And yeah, I mean, if you want, I mean, if you really don't want people to see your hearing aids, just put your hair over them. But I'm telling you, there is absolutely no reason to feel ashamed when it comes to hearing aids. So yeah, being hard of hearing is something that I never considered a disability. In fact, the only time I ever felt like I was disabled was when I was diagnosed with my eyesight condition. That's the only time that I think I felt like, oh, I need help. I need assistance and I need support. And I think it really hit me hard that way, because now I can understand how people feel sometimes when they are robbed of one of their senses. Like if they can't hear all of a sudden, or they can't see all of a sudden. I can understand that now. But it takes some getting used to, and I definitely think I was actually reading, I think it was research about, you know, people getting hearing aids that really need them, that don't wear them. And it was a good, I think, I'm trying to think of what the number was. I think it was nearly 85% of people who are diagnosed with a hearing loss don't wear their hearing aids. They feel like they don't need them. And I think that's really sad, because I really do think they're amazing, they help. And another thing that you have to understand when it comes to hearing aid is the settings and the sound. It is going to take a long time to get used to. So I had analog hearing aids from birth, and basically what analog hearing aid done is they enhanced the entire sound. So I heard what I always said was the closest to human, you know, what everybody else could hear. Because it amplified everything. When they came out with digital hearing aid, basically what they had done was made these hearing aids have their own mind and muted out certain sounds, and if something was too loud, the hearing aid itself would turn down, and it was horrible. It sounded like it was underwater. So I had to fight for 8 years to get the sound that I wanted, but you know, talking to consultants, people really high up in hospitals over Northern Ireland, they have come to the understanding that that is not supposed to be happening. So if you are having problems with your hearing aids and you are struggling with, you know, talking to your audiologist, most audiologists that I ever talked to always said your brain will get used to them. Yes, it takes time, but your brain doesn't get used to a sound that you don't like, and that your brain doesn't like. So definitely keep pushing and pushing and pushing until you get what you want, the sound that you want. Because everybody's different and everybody's hearing loss is different. And that's what my audiologist in my town didn't seem to understand. They just kept saying the same thing over again. Your brain will get used to them. That's not the case. So if you are having problems with sound, go to your audiologist and state that you are just not happy with this sound, you want to try another program. But yeah, that's all I can really tell you. I do wear 2 hearing aids, I forgot to point that out too. And yeah, thank you for requesting that video. I'm really happy to do it. If you would like to find out any information whatsoever on, you know, from anything from hearing loss to eyesight loss, you know, I am happy enough to talk about it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.